Rise and grind. Top of the money, family, top of the money. See you, I see you. Let me check this chat. Deontay, good morning. I see you in the chat, man. Look like you was on that road, man. You better not be back in them trucks. You better not be back driving them trucks, man. We done driving them trucks. All right, family, top of the morning. Put your preferred morning greeting in the chat for me. Greet the rest of your family if you will. Top of the money, grand rising, good morning, all that good stuff, y'all. All that good old stuff. And then, of course, while we at it, I want y'all to put, in all honesty, how you feeling, how your mindset is doing on a scale of 1 through 10. This is the money mindset, and we want to strengthen the mindset. So, Grand Rising, iPhone said Grand Rising. I wish I knew what your name was so I can give you a proper greeting. 10. Okay, cool. My guy's on 10. iPhone is on 8. iPhone, let us know what your name is, your nickname or something, so I don't keep calling you iPhone. 10 on business. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we love that. That's good energy in this morning. It's good. Yeah, throughout the day. Naroma, aka sweet chocolate. Okay, Naroma. We're gonna call you Naroma. It's too early for some chocolate in the morning. All right. I'm a local comedian. Okay then. Okay then. My guy's a comedian too. He won't be here today. He got caught. My guy Griffey, he'll love you. That's his thing. So let me know before we start, man, who executed last week on what they said that they was gonna do last week. And if you didn't, you can be honest. Maybe you forgot, right? You probably don't even know what you said you was gonna do last week, right? But I want to point that out because I'm gonna try to think about that and consider how that could be problematic. If you set out to execute something and you didn't execute it, not only did you not execute it, you forgot what that something was. If you forgot what that something was, put me in the chat. iPhone said I did. Okay then. Execute. Execute. I did. Anybody else did? Oh, we getting shy now. We shying away from the chat this morning. Come on, y'all. I better wake that energy up. Wake that energy up. If you executed, you executed. If you didn't, you did it. There's no right or wrong answer. But we want to see them receipts in the chat. But today we're going to go somewhere different because here's what I've noticed. Like you can decide, you can execute, you can do everything right, and still you can get pulled backwards. You know why? It's because of what's getting into you. It's the things that you are allowing to fill your space. It's what you're hearing, it's who you're around, it's what you letting marinate in your mind like all day long. And so today we're gonna talk about a filter. So we talk about the A, B, C's, and then we went up to D and E, and now we're at F. F is for filter, and we got to learn how to filter those things out of our mental space, right? A lot of us, we just go through life and we just allow life to impress itself upon us. Like we just absorbing all kind of blows, like whatever life throwing at us, we just accepting it, right? And we taking it on the chin, and we're allowing it to affect our emotions in every which way. Today, I really want to break that down. Today, I want to talk about actually putting up a filter. And so, what I want you to do is, I want you to think about a water filter, like just for a second, and consider the fact that it don't stop the water from coming through, right? It just stops the junk that's in the water. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. Like filtering your life, it don't stop the people from coming around. It don't stop your thoughts from popping up. What it does is it decides what is allowed to pass through and stay and what can get caught and thrown out. But ultimately, you got to make the decision on what you're going to allow to stay, what you're going to let ruminate in your head, and what you're going to throw away, right? So most of y'all don't have a filter installed. I'm gonna just be honest, right? I'm not gonna pull no punches. Everything get through. You let everything offend you. You get hurt by everything. You take everything personally, and that's unhealthy, right? Because every single negative comment, you sit with it, right? Every low vibrational person, you will accept them. Every doubt that pops up in your head at 2 a.m. when you're trying to lay there and you can't sleep, like it's all getting absorbed because there's no filter catching up or catching it rather. Sound familiar? Put familiar in the chat. If you know what I'm talking, put me, right? Right. And while we at it, I want everybody to let me know, do you have a filter on? And if you just got in the room, if you didn't let us know how you doing on a scale of 1 to 10, let us know how you doing. And please put your preferred morning ingredient in the chat. We love to have you seen. We're a tribe here, we're a family here, familiar. Yes, familiar. Monique said me. Monique said me. For sure. All right, so before we get in this video, one of the things that y'all know that I love to do is I love to read to y'all. So I'm gonna read a couple of sentences to y'all before we jump right into it. I'm slowly using the filter. Okay, cool. I tried installing it last night. For sure. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. I see you. I still been moving with all that's been going on in my life. Yeah, we have to. We have to. And it sounds like you need to filter out some things more than ever, right? More than ever. All right, y'all. So let's go. Look, the student who learns the power comes from within, that is he, or that he is weak only because he depends on help from outside. And who unhesitatingly throws himself on his own thought, instantly rights himself, stands erect, assumes a dominant attitude, and works miracles. And I'm going to read that one more time. The student, and remember, we're all students of life. The student who learns that the power comes from within, meaning you already have the power within you. You learn that you are weak only because you depended on help from outside, right? That's why this filter is so important. And who unhesitatingly throw himself on his own thought, right? In his own thought, instantly rights himself, stands erect, and assumes a dominant attitude and works miracles. Now, why his own thought? Because the world is very manipulative. People is very manipulative, right? And at the end of the day, you got to make your own decisions anyway. It doesn't matter how good the advice is. It doesn't matter how bad the advice is. You're going to make a choice one way or another. Nobody's going to be able to choose for you, period. They can sway you. They can persuade you. They can push you in a certain direction. But at the end of the day, you have to make the leap. So the power comes from within, from you being able to make your own decisions at any given time, any given moment, on any given day. And you got to be content with that. You got to be okay with that. You got to ensure that the decision that you make is right for you, that it resonate with you. And I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. Actually, this morning I'm gonna play two videos, y'all. I'm gonna play two videos, and they're both very, very short. So you got to really pay attention so you can catch it. And they're about 20 minutes each. And then the first video, Les Brown, he's gonna talk about your circle, right? He's gonna talk about your speech. And so I want you to watch close, because once you talk, you tell people exactly who you are. And then in the second video, it's going to talk about how your mind is a factory, and what you're producing all day. It depends on what you're feeding it, right? So let me go ahead and share my screen. And once I begin to share my screen, say I don't like drama anymore. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, drama ain't beneficial to nobody. Once I share my screen, let me know if y'all can hear it, right? Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear the video once I start playing it. Successful. He said, number one, you got to change your mindset. He said, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. Number two, practice OQP, only quality people. And the third thing he said,
Develop your communication skills because once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. The mind is like a factory, a mental factory. And whatever you think about all day long pours ingredients into this mental factory. Can you imagine dumping a bit of trash into this mental factory every day and coming out with a rich, dynamic, positive life? It can't be done. You decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the results.
Did y'all catch the message? Did y'all catch the message? Is there anybody that missed it? Those were some short videos. They was quick and they played immediately back to back. Did anybody catch it? She said, can you turn it up? Oh, it was low? Okay, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do for y'all. Hold on. Cause the videos was low. So let me go ahead and do this. And let me know. Okay, she said no. Okay, I'm gonna replay them for sure. Let me know if this is better for y'all when I start playing it from right here.
If you want to become successful in life, young man, he said, number one, you got to change your mindset. He said, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. Number two, practice OQP, only quality people. And the third thing is that develop your communication skills because once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. The mind is like a factory, a mental factory. And whatever you think about all day long pours ingredients into this mental factory. Can you imagine dumping a barrel of trash into this mental factory every day and coming out with a rich, dynamic, positive life? It can't be done. You decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the results. If you want to become successful in life, young man, he said, number one, you got to change your mindset. He said, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. Number two, practice OQP, only quality people. And the third thing is that develop your communication skills because once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are.
That video is 25 seconds, y'all. 25 seconds. Think about how much power came from that video, a 25-second video. Three simple things that we can do, that we can implement in our lives, like today, that'll make our lives better. And I'm not talking about better just for a day. I'm talking about better than what it was yesterday, better than it was a week ago, better than it was a year ago. Those three things, if you remember what those three things, start putting them in the chat. I see Deontay already put one in the chat. Do y'all remember what number one was? Deontay put number two in the chat. Do you remember what number one was? Who paying attention? Right? Who was actually paying attention? Because see, honestly speaking, this is the issue today in today's society, right? It's so much noise, it's so much going on. Like our attention span is so short, right? Our short-term memory is even shorter. Like this was an extremely powerful message. Like who caught it? Enhance your vocabulary. That was number three. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one, right? Number one was mindset, y'all. Number one was mindset. So before any of that, your mindset is extremely important. Extremely important. Anybody know why? Anybody care to share why? But more importantly, I want to ask, do y'all see the connection between the video? The circle that you're around, it actually feeds your mind. Your mind produces your speech. Am I right or am I right? If you need an example, I can give you an example. But your circle feeds your mind, and then your mind produces your speech. It's been like that since the beginning of the time. Since the beginning of the time, because that's why people are so influential, right? That's why peer pressure is so strong. We get around a group of people, and those circle of people that we're around, they feed our mind, and then our mind produces our speech. So we get to thinking, oh, that was fly what that person said. Oh, I like how they put this. Oh, I like how I feel when I'm around them. Then you begin to talk like them. You begin to walk like them. You begin to act like them, behave like them, right? This is your comfort zone. And this is why we talked about comfort in week 3. This is one of the things that traps us. Once we get comfortable and we stay and we live inside of that comfort, we're doomed. We're doomed because that's our default. We default to our comfort every single time. So soon as something seems hard, soon as something take work, we try to shy away from it, right? Filter what you put in your mind. Your thoughts consume you. Absolutely. You because yeah, because what you think you can become and you will become, right? You absolutely will become. And then so when we around certain people, they feed our mind, and then our mind produces the speech. And then our speech tells the world who you are. This is why the world responds to certain people in certain ways. It's one huge supply chain. And if the filter ain't installed like at the front, at your forefront, like your circle, the people that you spend the most time with, then trash gets all the way through your mouth. Trash start coming out your mouth. You heard what the man said. How you gonna have a factory when you just dumping trash in it? And you think some productivity gonna come from it. It's nothing positive gonna come from that at all. So that's the whole concept. That's what this whole thing is for, right? You gotta have a filter. Anybody want to share what they just seen in the video? Anybody want to quickly speak upon what they shared, what they seen in the video? How it resonate with them? A sample, an example, right? Before I go ahead and unpack this thing all the way down, before I break this all the way down. No, anybody got a burner's desire? Nope. Oh, all right, cool. Let's get it. So look, it was a positive affirmation, not for sure. Look, your mind is a factory, y'all. All right, Deontay, go ahead. I see your hand up. Before I unpack this, I'm gonna let you go ahead and come off mute.
Good morning, y'all.
Top of the morning.
So lately, I have let somebody in my circle again that I let go before because they're pretty much a negative person. But it's somebody I care for deeply. So now I got two choices to make, either one or the other. One is let them go, like I should have did, like I did before, and just let them be on their own, knowing they don't have nobody else in the world, no family. But tough love is sometimes the best love. Or I can create a super duper filter system where any negativity that they bring into my life, I have to be able to just shut it off. That's what I've been doing, but sometimes that don't even work. So the best thing you can do, option number one, is just cut it off completely. But if you have a good heart and you really want to help this person, even though it's damn near impossible, the best thing you can do is create that filter. Don't let that trash consume you because it will, 100%.
Nah, 100%. Man, that's so good. I'm glad you shared that. Man, that's powerful. He said, man, I had somebody I just recently brought back into my life that I cut off at one point of time because you felt the need to, right? You felt the need to. The negativity and everything like that was so strong before that you had to cut this person off. And now you forced with decision. So there's a lot of different things that's going on. Anybody else can resonate with that? Anybody else done that? Put me in the chat if you ever had to do that, if you ever experienced that, right? Because this thing is not foreign, right? This is like a normal habit for human beings. For human beings. Because for one, we have the need to be social. We have a need to connect, a huge need. And oftentimes the people that we connect with is the people or the situation that I spoke to earlier. We get around our circle, they get to saying things, they get to doing things, it feels good. We get used to that, we get familiar with that, we get comfortable, right? So when we got to cut these people off, they become uncomfortable for us. We're creatures of habit. Every single day, we spent time with a person, we grew with a person, we got to know a person. Whether those habits were good for us or not, we still embrace them. We still enjoy them. Like you ever love the negative aspects of a person? Like like be honest. You ever had friends or partners that was toxic, but you loved them anyway? You knew damn well they was wrong, but you didn't care. Like you overlooked all their problems. Like this was just my partner. This was my boy. This is my girl. Like I just this is my person, right? Why is that? That's why we in number two we talked about only quality people. But what I'm gonna tell you is that with your decision maker, you gotta be steadfast. You cannot waver. And that's why last week, well, not last week, the week before last, we talked about decision, right? Decision came right after choices. We talked about choices and we talked about decisions and we talked about the difference. See, the thing is that you made a choice. You made a choice to not deal with that person, not to cut them off. Because decision means to cut all ties. So you made a choice not to deal with this person, right? Maybe you thought you was making that decision, but it was simply a choice. Because you, whatever reason, you went back, whether it was nostalgia, old feelings, emotions, or something that crept up, like you went back, right? And you allowed this person back in your circle. But here's the thing. Usually, y'all, the second time we accept somebody like that, it's worse off. It does us more harm than it does good. Why? Because if the person hasn't changed, we start questioning our decision making. Why the hell did I knew this person wasn't right? Now we start beating ourselves down when it wasn't your fault the whole time. It was never your fault. But now you blaming yourself. I should have known better. I can't believe this person, this energy, this he whatever the case may be, y'all. We gotta be steadfast with our decision making. Understand that gut feeling, that whatever it is telling you, that need that because vibrations, bro, it's like a magnet. It's like a magnet. It's either gonna draw you in or propel you. The people ain't for you. They're gonna find a way out of your life. I promise you that. I guarantee you that. And if you're going against the laws of gravity, then you're gonna be living in turmoil. So here's what I'll say to that, right? Because we all go through that. We all do that. We all face these type of decisions. And the reality is that we don't want to go around choosing or picking and choosing all day long, like who we're gonna cut off, who we're gonna deal with, who we're gonna. So what we do for ourselves is that we just establish boundaries, and we don't put them on the person. We don't identify those things or associate those things with the person. Bro, it ain't. You ever heard that? Oh, it ain't you, it's me, right? Right? They say that and they use that jokingly when it comes to relationships. When the person was like, I want to break out, I want to be together, whatever. They're like, no, it ain't you, it's me. So it gotta be me. For every last one of y'all, it gotta be me. You gotta put yourself first. Look, it has nothing to do with you. Like I'm not trying to be better than you or be bigger than you or belittle you. I just have a standard for myself. And that standard is that I'm not accepting that type of energy around me. Period. Take it how you want to take it. Be upset if you want to be upset. But be upset over there. All right. Because I ain't got time to be walking around upset all goddamn day, right? Your mind, y'all, it's a factory. I appreciate you for sharing that so much, Dante. Your mind is a factory. You cannot dump trash into it and expect quality product to come out of the trash that you done dumped in your mind. Period. Whether it's just thoughts, people, presence, places, whatever the case may be. That's not how a factory works. That's like a car factory, a bakery. Your mind don't work like that. It doesn't matter. If you feed your mind negativity, doubt, comparison, and gossip all day, that's exactly what it manufacture back to you. That's what it manifests for you. Anxiety, the self-doubt, the excuses that we always making. And here's the part that people miss. You don't always control what gets thrown at you. You cannot. But you absolutely control what you let sit and what you let marinate inside. That's how that filter works. So gotta keep doing that filtration. I seen earlier you said, man, I was working on a filter earlier, right? I was working on one earlier. So only quality people. Number two, only quality people. That's not optional. They're a filter on your environment. These are the people that you let around you. You ever notice how certain people they leave you drained? Anybody been drained just by being around certain people, right? And oftentimes, like sometimes, like these people might not even do nothing. They might come sit in your presence. You like, oh damn man, like here go this person again. Here go Nancy. Here go negative Ned, negative Nancy, right? And they just drain you. Ain't even did nothing. They ain't even say nothing yet. Didn't even open their mouth. And everything is inside of you, like, man, go over there. Like, why you around me? Why are you in my presence? Right? Yeah. I see the yeses in the chat. I see the yeah. Look, she said, oh my God. Yes. Yes. You know what's coming. Yes. Right? Get away from them fat. That part. That part. But life is polar. So everything that goes up must go down. There's no in without out. There's no left without right. There's no right without wrong. So if you have people around you that drain you in that way, then I'm pretty sure everybody that says yes, every single one of y'all also have people that you get around and they leave you charged up. Am I right or am I right? Am I right or am I right? Let me know. Let me know. But here's the thing. Because we all have the people in our life, right? When we're getting drained, we have the people that we can go run to, that we can go tap into, that we can go get in cahoots with, and we can talk about that other person, right? 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 Man, this one gonna come sit next to me knowing dang well I don't like him. What do they? Right? Do they? Now, the question that we gotta ask yourself, is that good energy though? Is that good energy as well? If we're gonna go run to the person that we can talk about the other person to, is that good energy? Right? Because again, when we started this call, what did I say? The decision that you make, the thoughts that you allow to in your mind. So if you take those thoughts, those negative thoughts, and that feeling that you have, and you take that and you go gossip with somebody else, was that the solution? Or did you just make the situation bigger? And then that's when we unpack number three, y'all. Your speech. Your speech is the proof. Because once you open your mouth, you already told them who you are. Meaning, I go talk about this person, I go bring up the situation, right? Now I told how I feel, how this person made me feel, what they did that disturbed me, and I'm pouring all of this energy into a conversation with this other person. But I'm doing a lot more than I actually considered because now, not only did I give life to this negative situation, I took that power and I just gave it straight to the next person, right? This person know exactly what pisses me off. They know exactly what they do to what they can do to me. They know exactly what disturbs me. Like I mean you can dress the part, like you can post the part, you can look the part, but the second you speak, the filter or the lack of one is going to show up. Like your complaints, the gossip, the excuses, the self depreciation that disguised as jokes. We all go around telling jokes about our damn selves, right? Laughing like it's funny. Those words are a downstream of everything that you ever let in your mind and your circle. Like if you want different, you gotta choose different. And if you want different words to come out of your mouth, you gotta change what's going on inside of you. Period. And that's not motivation. That's just the simple mechanics, right? It's basics. It's easy, right? Garbage go in, garbage come out. Quality come in, quality go out. If you don't have no filter, you don't have no control over either one of those things. So it's not a matter of understand like you can know all you want to know. Is this for me or is this not for me? Is that not for me or is that for me? Right? Whether it's good, bad, ugly, you can recognize those things all you want to, but it does nothing if you don't have that filter. Right? So we got to start setting them boundaries. Put boundaries in the chat, y'all. You got to the people that you hang around with. I'm telling you, it's powerful. It's powerful. It's powerful. Don't nobody want to be alone. Anybody? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody in the chat? Anybody want to be alone? Anybody want to be alone? We're social. We're social beings, y'all. We're social beings. So if you don't want to be alone, you better choose correct who you spend your time with. I don't care how fun it may seem to be, right? Because drinking is fun, drugs is fun, all those things that damages be fun, right? All those things be fun, but it doesn't mean that it's beneficial. It could be enjoyment for a period of time. So I'm gonna open the floor one more time. Anybody else got anything on their mind that they want to share? But before I do though, I am going to go replay the video for those who showed up a little late. Put a 1 through 10 in the chat and let us know how you feeling, how your mindset doing. How your mindset feeling this morning, y'all. How your mindset feeling? Let me share my screen.
Mind is like a factory, a mental factory. And you want to become successful in life, young man. He said, number one, you got to change your mindset. He said, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. Number two, practice OQP, only quality people. And the third thing he said, develop your communication skills, because once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. Mind is like a factory, a mental factory. And whatever you think about all day long pours ingredients into this mental factory. Can you imagine dumping a barrel of trash into this mental factory every day and coming out with a rich, dynamic, positive life? It can be done. You decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the results.
Success is not how far you got.
Who got to live with the results? You got to live with the results. Ain't nobody else got to live with the results but you. But you. Right? Right? So before we get ready to hop up out of here, anybody else have anything that they want to share that they took away from the video, one of the two videos?
Morning, y'all.
There she go. Good morning.
So I'll say my mindset is at a strong 10. I just got back from Georgia, so I just seen so much new different things. And yeah, it's like he said, you think about trash all day, that's exactly what you're going to start to exude. My mom has a saying that says, sit in shit for too long, you forget the smell. So she repeatedly, says that to me. And it's like, she also has another saying of, just because you can don't mean you should. Like, just because you can't wake up in a negative attitude and, worried about the world, it doesn't mean that you should. You thinking about shit all the time. That's exactly what you're gonna start to put out. Like literally, it's undeniable. Like you can't get away from it. These laws of like attraction and all that, that shit is real. Like you really can't get away from it. Like it's gonna be there no matter what you decide to do. So, I've been trying to think about myself in like the perfect health, like I am doing things right, just reassuring myself mentally so that it becomes a habit. Yeah, that's it for real. Just trying to stay positive. It was definitely a flip within me and my friend, like from literally going to Atlanta this weekend and then we was on the ride home. And I was more so jamming to my music because I'm trying to keep what I had, I'm trying to keep what I had where I'm dry, I'm sliding. She over here just sad looking at the world. I was like, girl, you literally have to keep the environment with you. Like, you can't be sad because we going home. We don't want to go back home. We don't want to go back to where we just, but you got to keep it. Like she had never been in a luxury hotel, nothing. I put myself at Whitley this weekend around the Spain teams and stuff. She was like, oh my God, you just up my friend. I said, girl, this is what I want to do. I know the times get hard. I'm trying to move and all this, but this is my mindset now. This is what I like. This is what I'm good at. So it just, I feel very, very good, very vibrant. I feel like I conquered the world, and I'm just gonna keep that with me. That's it. I'm finna get ready to move to Georgia off of faith. So it's, that's it. I don't know if that was spot on or whatever, but that's what's on my heart this morning. Keep what makes you fucking vibrant. Keep what makes you want to work. Keep what makes you want to run your webinars. Like me just going out there got me thinking about so much stuff, and it's like, okay, just jump back in. Like I'm out here trying to network with people, tell them, hey, I'm finna do hair, da, 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 da. I already got a couple clients out there. Little family, hit up a whole little family, just make a way. Like, but you don't do that by being scared. You don't do that by doubting yourself. You don't do that by fueling yourself with negativity. You don't have the confidence to make those moves when you don't believe in yourself. Like you just have to trick your mind out. And that's just what I've been starting back doing recently. And it's working. I didn't have no reservation. This World Cup was going on, forgot about that. And I still ended up with a room at the Whitley just going off a straight mouthpiece and straight energy. So it's like, believe in yourself. You never know what you can make happen. And I reminded myself of that. I've been making shit happen and I be forgetting it sometimes. So yeah, good morning, y'all. And that's my win / my mindset check / my take from the video.
For sure. Hey, that's big. That's huge. The one thing that stood out the most The one thing that stood out the most of what you just said was she said, I don't know if I was spot on or if you don't knock it off, like you was beyond spot on. Like that energy is everything for one, for two, and everything that you said, everything that literally everything that you said embodied the whole morning mindset this morning. Like from each video, from every situation, from all of the touch points that we had. And the crazy part about it is that you showed up late, right? You came
Yeah.
about like more than halfway, and to have that, to sit on that and to put that out there, like energy is so huge. Like when you came in the room, like the energy was different, right? When you started speaking, I don't know if anybody else felt it, like be honest, like if anybody else felt it, put me in the chat. Like when you started speaking, the energy shifted, the energy changed, right? Now, those sayings though, like mom had those sayings are very, very powerful, extremely powerful. Like just
Mhm.
don't mean just because you can don't mean that you necessarily should.
I be saying it to my friends and all. They be like, I be like, just because you can, I mean you should, girl.
That part.
Just because you
Hey.
can, I mean you should. They be like, April Marcus, April Marcus, April Marcus.
And that's that future that we gotta have, right? That's the future that we gotta have. Just because we can, don't necessarily mean that we should. So look, y'all, I dropped some links in the chat. The link, if you don't get the reminders for the morning mindset, if you haven't registered, that link is for you to register. And then the second link right there is if you are not already inside of the community, you join the community, the VIP community, which also has an upgrade on the UI side of things. Like when you go to the community, it's gonna look a lot different. Prepare for the mobile application and a bunch of other things that I'm gonna be letting you guys know inside of the Telegram group. I'm gonna be updating y'all. And speaking of the Telegram group, I'm dropping the link right there for the Telegram chat. I'm gonna have some major updates for y'all today later on. And also in recap, so when we started this thing, y'all, I want to do something different than just a morning mindset because motivation is greater than mindset, right? We all know that. We all understand that. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to create a mindset movement, a movement, right? And so I made it, I set a standard. I set a standard for myself to show up every single Monday, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter what I'm going through, no matter where I'm at, right? That I'm gonna pull up, and whoever pull up, we're gonna break this mindset thing down 1 week at a time. And so I wanted to have something that we can grasp, like we can remember. And I started with this concept of ABC, right? Which was adversity, belief, choice. We face adversity, we develop a belief about the adversity that happened to us, and then we can make a choice. Is this for us or not, right? But then I continued to build on that. So D came. I said, you know what? At the choice, we got to make a decision. We got to make a decision. And then after D came, I said, look, after we make the decision, we got to execute because that's the most important part, right? We can sit around knowing all day long, but if we don't execute, there's nothing. And so I was like, man, A, B, C, D, E, that's five, right? That's like a hint, that's five, that's something that we can remember. But I don't want to have something that's static that we can constantly remember. I just want to keep building and keep growing. And so I was like, man, today we're going to talk about F, and F was for filter, y'all. So when we execute, we got to know what we executing on, because the reality is that we could think that we executing in the highest fashion and doing all the right things, making all the right moves, but we could be executing on things that we don't even need to be executing on, right? Like how many of us be doing work, right? The work be working. The work be working us down. Like we be working so hard, but we not getting ahead. Is that anybody in the chat? Anybody feel like you be working so hard, but you not getting ahead? It's like, damn, I'm putting all of this work in. And then you look across the way, you like, man, these people, they just over there booming. They got it easy. They ain't putting half as much work I'm putting in. But they so far ahead, right? So it's not as simply executing, it's making sure that we execute correctly. It's not the work, it's making sure that we do the right work, right? And so F is for filter. And filter was really, really, really important for us to incorporate into our lives, y'all. So this week, as always, when we leave, I have at least one thing that I want y'all to do. Uh, what I want y'all to do this week, especially you, Deontay, I want you to look at your closest five people. Look at the closest five people that's around you. And I want you to ask, like, are they feeding into the factory or are they dumping trash into it? And I want you to catch yourself one time this week before you speak negativity out loud, right? And that's going to be extremely hard because we be on autopilot, right? We used to what we doing. We're used to doing the things that we're used to doing. and we don't often think about the things that come out of our mouth before we say it. But this week, I want y'all to try to, before you speak anything negative, just think about it before you speak it out loud and try to filter it out before it leaves your mouth. That's the reputation I want us to try to develop. It's really small, but it is going to compound, right? If I got anybody that's like, I can try that, I can do that, put me in the chat. Put me in the chat. If you willing to get at a small try, like I'm gonna look at the people around me for one, the 5 closest people around me. I'm gonna assess the energy that they put into my life, right? Because when you get around certain people, you have a certain speech. When you get around other people, you talk different. I mean, y'all know y'all going them high end establishments. Y'all ain't acting all ghetto. Y'all ain't all turned up, right? Y'all got a switch. Y'all that's that filter, right? Y'all got that switch y'all click on. Like, I need to go behave over here. Oh, I'm in the library now. I gotta be a little bit quiet. I can't. Oh, I don't went to church, right? I gotta behave this way. As soon as church up, you turned up. We gotta be able to filter that all day long throughout our normal life, y'all. All right, I see some me's in the chat. Some me's in the chat. Me. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And then look, we built so much over the 6 weeks that we've been doing this. Everybody has been showing up, right? So don't let the unfiltered circle or the unfiltered mind undo it. You gotta filter your mind and you gotta filter your circle. You gotta protect the factory. You gotta guard your inputs so that you can make sure that your output is correct. And I see y'all back here next week. I want y'all to pull up, ready to stay motivated, ready to lock in on that mindset. But here's the thing that I want y'all to consider before we go, because remember, life is polar. This is the thing that I always bring up because I've been in many groups, I've been in many circles, and they always talk about who you need to cut off, who you need to get away from, who you need to not let around you that can mess up or disrupt your energy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard it before, who you got to cut off in order to go up. And the one thing that I always love to bring up is that you got to make sure that you're not that person, right? Because some of us be fooling ourselves, and I'm just going to be honest. Some of us be fooling ourselves. We blame everybody else. Oh, this person is this person is that. They ruining my energy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get to be that person, right? Everything ain't for everybody. But I want y'all to do, when y'all auditing y'all circle, remember that it's most important for you to audit yourself. Do some introspection, some self-reflection. Just make sure, like, am I the type of person that other people need to get away from? Or am I the type of person that, I give good energy, good vibes, right? I send people off. I'm just being honest, y'all, because sometimes, like most of the time, like oftentimes, we think that we are. By default, we think that we are. I don't give a damn how you can be the biggest piece of crap on the face of the earth, but in your mind, you might be God's gift to earth. It ain't a me problem. It's a them problem, right? That's how a lot of us are wired, right? Myself included, especially myself, man. I'm an asshole. I'll be the first one to tell you. Like, I don't pull no punches when it comes to that. Everybody know, like this dude right here. But I also got a good heart too, right? But it don't justify the fact that I can be an asshole sometimes. Excuse my language, right? But there's a balance there. There's a balance there. And one thing that I try to do is I try to pour into people as best as I can, right? So that's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to do some real self-reflection, man, and just think about it. Just consider, like, am I that type of person? Right? And before you decide, nah, that ain't me. I want you to think about the relationships that you had, the interactions that you had with people, the things that you've said, the things that you've done to people that just don't sit right with you. But that you gave yourself the pass, that you gave yourself the okay, you gave yourself the excuse. You said, oh, they deserved it, right? They deserve it. It didn't matter. It is what it is, right? We love that saying, oh, it is what it is. When people start saying that, oh, yeah, we fell in love with that one. It is what it is, but it ain't, right? It is what it is until it ain't. All right, y'all, I'm not going to hold y'all. We had a good session, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. And as always, I will absolutely be here next Monday. Like I said, I set that standard. I look forward to seeing you all here Monday as well. And I don't want you guys to leave this room and then allow this energy to dissipate, right? I want you to carry this throughout the entire week, and make sure that y'all constantly did. And once again, that is the Telegram group link. If you are not inside of the group, I want you to get inside of the group. And if you will, go ahead and drop some positivity in the group that we can build upon all week. One thing that you took from the class today, if you really like that, go ahead and put in a chat what you're going to do this week. I know everybody is going to filter their circle. Everybody going to look at everybody else around them, right? And we're going to make a decision to decide before we say something negative. But if you're gonna do something a little bit deeper than that, like I'm gonna look at myself, like I'm gonna check this habit. Like I have a tendency to do these things. Like I push people away for these reasons, and or I make people, I'll rub people wrong, or I shut people down, or if any one of those things, like let us know. Hold yourself accountable, right? And let's all hold each other accountable. Having said that, man, I hope that y'all have a blessed day and a better week. Continue to grow, family, and I'll catch y'all all on the next one. Peace out.